We find ourselves out here just a few miles east of Sassabee, Arizona, where right behind me we are witnessing a joint task operation between our Army, Border Patrol, and the Mexican military. We are currently with our guide, Tim Foley of Arizona Border Recon, who is going to be giving us a breakdown of everything that has transpired out here these last couple of months since President Trump has in office. Come along and check out what we're finding.
Arizona Border Recon is a volunteer organization made up of former military, law enforcement, and some civilians. I started this back in 2010 when Obama was in and saying, "Don't worry, they're coming, doing jobs Americans won't do," and I knew that was a lie. And so after 2008 and everything collapsed, I decided to come down and see the place for myself. And when I got out here, there was no fence. I mean, there was a 4-strand barbed wire fence which keep cows and horses out, but that was about it. I've been through Obama, Trump 1, Biden, and now Trump 2. Obama, it was a steady flow, and then Trump came in, it slowed down some. Then they started putting in the wall, and the wall helped slow it down a lot, but then Biden came in. And I mean, every place we went to when we would come out, there'd be 150 plus at each opening that we came to. They would release them in Obama if they had a registered U.S. Postal Service address.
Wow.
That's all it took. And, you know, it was when Trump was his first time around, he started, separating the kids from the families. Everybody, oh my God, he's separate. Well, the reason he was doing that was to do a DNA test, because under the rules of this illegal immigration, if you came with a child, you were a family unit and you would get preferred treatment and you would get pushed through real quick. So then these guys on the south side would just start kidnapping kids and snatching them up and just dragging them across and go, nope, that's my son. And so he was DNA testing them to see if they were actually the parents. Because, look at now, what they got, over 300,000 that nobody knows where they're at?
Inside this invasion, the unspoken evil of child trafficking, and more specifically child sex trafficking, has flourished. At the end of this current administration, the number of children trafficked will have grown to over 550,000 unaccompanied alien children known as UACs.
Joe came in, and this was a nightmare. Every time we go over a hill, we'd run into 150 plus there, and Border Patrol never knew they were there because they were so busy with so many others. They transfer them over to like Lukeville, where it's flat, and they were all pouring through.
Right.
They didn't know that they were out here, and we got 150 on one, then we came over the hill, there was another 150. We came out here, there was 31 women and children beyond that gate, about a half a mile. And we went out and brought them back in, and they said that they'd been out there for 3 days, and the cartel was watching us, and they said the cartel robbed them, told them to keep walking, and if they didn't, they would shoot them. And I mean, the smallest one I think was like 16, 18 months old, and the average kids were all about 10 years old.
We're seeing these individuals. This is an NGO. These people are known as Los Samaritanos.
Yep.
These people are out here aiding and abetting the criminals. I've come to find out that in order to be a volunteer for these groups, you actually have to have a valid passport. Yeah. Why are you going to need a valid passport if you're helping people within the U.S.?
So you can go over there and get where they want to have it put. Get the intel from them.
Isn't it ironic how these illegal aliens that come across know the exact location of where they're going?
Yep. Oh, we've even we can monitor some of their radio traffic, mm-hmm. and we were doing one op, and scouts on the hilltop were screaming, we're out of water, we need water, and the guy on the other end said, "Don't panic, Blanquita is coming." Mm-hmm. And 5 minutes later, they made a wrong turn and turned into our camp, and it was a pickup truck with a blonde chick in it. You look in the back, it was full of water. So how does the Mexican cartel that's sitting on mountaintops know that you got a truckload of water coming? So they're the ones who have allowed this to keep going, and then it's the government who hasn't been able to get in there and shut these people down. And they're all nonprofits. The government has the ability to pull their nonprofit status, but they haven't, you know. I mean, you can ask the old Border Patrol agents. They used to say, before the water droppers came, it was easy. The trail cams are essential out here because, I mean, yeah, could I be out here 24/7? Yeah, if I had funding of some kind, yeah. But, so my trail cams are basically monitoring the trails, and I know where to put them because I'm a certified tracker. So I can read what's happening on the ground. And when I see good sign on the ground, I know it's a hot trail. So then I will find a spot where I can set up a camera and it'll monitor it for me 24/7. And then I can see if there's a time of day of week, size of group, is it just regular human smuggling or is it drug smuggling, you know? And so I would put together, that's how I would put together our operations when I call my guys in. And then we'll sit out here for up to 2 weeks at a time, watching and monitoring those trails. And that's the only way you're gonna stop it, is you have to be on top of it, you know? And it's just, military terminology is basically, you have to occupy the territory.
Right.
And we are not occupying the territory. These guys on the south side are occupying the territory.
Right.
They're sitting up there 24/7. You know, whereas we're running our Border Patrol in shifts, you know, so they're in, they're out, and there's a big gap. And that's what they do, is they exploit that gap. And when nobody's here for hours, they squeeze on through. You don't have any cameras out here, you don't have any ground sensors or anything, so they're free to roam. Once they can get in deep enough, it's tough to catch them. Ghana, Bangladesh, Pakistan. And they all tear up their identification before they come into the country. That way, it makes it a lot harder to find out who's who. And it'll take them forever, because the guy might be 25 years old, but then turns around and says, nope, I'm only 18.
Saeem Ahmed Abdul Ahad. Oh, can't imagine where he's from.
I had 2 cameras right down here, about a quarter mile at one of the crossings. And so I started going through them, and I got to about 250, 260 on one of them, and I go, you know what? I'm about ready to wipe everything. I went one more, and bang, I saw 2 cartel scouts. Because that mountain right behind us used to be a scout mountain on this side.
Okay.
When there was no fence, they'd come over and be up here.
Right.
So I was going, all right, I got scouts coming in. So then I started looking more. Then I had another set of scouts. Then I had another set of scouts. Then I had another set. I was going, wait a second. There's only one scout mountain here. Why would there 4 sets of scouts be coming through in this area? Then I went to the other camera. Same thing, about 250, 260. I see them coming. 6 cartel on horseback. They had chest rigs like this. They had AKs. They had
Brazen.
Oh yeah, right up to the fence at 12 o'clock in the afternoon. No Border Patrol, no nothing. They had a guy in a green tracksuit, and I was going, wait a minute, well, they're all crowded around him. There's our special interest, our high value target.
Right.
And so basically, I was going, all right, he came across, and the extra amount of scouts, they just kept pushing further and further in to make sure this guy got all the way in. Because you got to be somebody of importance when you got 4 sets of scouts going ahead of you, and you got 6 armed cartel coming to take you to the border.
There's definitely vested interest in getting this guy in.
Yeah. And so basically, I saw this video and said, hey, somebody needs to see this. And he took it to Department of Defense. And I met with the high up in Pentagon. He goes, your intel is beautiful. The guy in the tracksuit, he was a Syrian on a terror watch list. We picked him up 2 weeks ago in DC. He said, 2 of the other guys, the cartel members, they're high up plaza bosses. He goes, you know, we kind of know what's going on, but we think your intel's better than ours. I said, well, yeah, I live here. This is my backyard.
Right.
This is what I do. You know, I have to know what's going on in my backyard. The military is great out here. I mean, if we can get them this far out, but to supplement them, you need people like me that are certified trackers that know this area. I mean, this area here, I've walked over 2,000 miles of their trails. If I know where they come in, I know where they're going. Because down here on the border, it's easy. Because say you got 4 ways in down here. Every mile or so you go up, it doubles. It turns into a bigger and bigger spider web. So it just keeps going and going further and further out. And, you know, you got to know the lay of the land. And just having bodies here is great. But you got to be able to know where those bodies are going. And I mean, being a certified tracker, it's easy to track. I mean, well, if you know how to do it.
Right.
But if you don't, you're not going to see an obvious footprint. But and with them wearing the carpet shoes, that makes it even tougher.
What they do is they put these on their shoes so that they're not leaving actual footprints of their shoes. These carpet shoes kind of helps them go undetected and not be leaving actual physical Nikes or boot tracks in some of the soft terrain that we find out here. So they'll use these carpet shoes to walk through sandy areas so that when Border Patrol drives through, there's not physical footprints of people coming through, and it's just, this kind of gets blurred out. You can barely see any tracks from carpet shoes. So there's 2 of them right here that were abandoned, never made it over, but it's more of the evidence that this is still a very active site out here. So
it's incredible. This could have been stopped so easily. I mean, me and my guys, if we come out for a week, 2 weeks, that'll shut this place down for a month.
right.
Because they don't know if we're still here or not.
Uh-huh.
And so they start probing until they can figure out. It's really easy to do. You just got to know how to do it. The way the government's doing it, it ain't working. Now that 47 is in, and this is the first time I've seen the actual military here, and there's a huge presence. And I mean, you saw the collaboration between our side and the Mexican side. I mean, Mexican military was on the other side of the fence, and Border Patrol and our military was on this side, and it's securing, but I have yet to see them this far out. People ask me, why? If not me, then who?
Yeah.
And when I die, what do I want to look back on? Did I work 7 days a week or 5 days a week? Did the job, and then if I was lucky, I could take 2 weeks off and go take some pictures on a beach somewhere? Or do I lay there and go, you know what? I tried to do something. I tried to help. It's the will. I think that as a nation, we have become soft. You know, everybody's used to, well, you know, I did my shift, I'm going home.
Right.
You know, it's like, my guys are all volunteers. They're former military, former law enforcement. We come out here in the middle of summer, in the middle of winter. You know, we go anywhere from 115 degrees down to freaking 0.
We gotta help people like Tim and his group. These people are all heart, and we really need to be able to keep them out here, give them the funding that they properly need, because they do a huge service to our country, not just to this community, but to our country in general. A lot of the information that has been parroted even in congressional hearings, information videos, it comes from people like Tim. So if you can, and if it's within your means, please visit their website, Border Recon, Arizona Border Recon.org. Go on there, hit the link, drop a donation. For all of my audience, all of my followers, please help me support Tim and his operation, as he is one of the few people that is not out here trying to grift because the border is right now sensationalized. This man has been out here 15 years on his own dime, day and night, spending money on cameras, on gear, on anything that he needs to make these operations possible.